Okay, so I'm here to do a flip through of my monthly and my weekly spreads in my teacher planner. So inside this planner is my Socialite planner, and I love it for my teacher planner. However, you can use this planner for any purpose really. So even if you're not a teacher, you might want to check this video out to see how you could use it if you work outside of the home. So if you're a working professional, this planner is amazing for work. And yeah, so I just wanted to share what I did in the month of January with you guys. So we will go ahead and start with the, what is this? The currently page. We'll go ahead and start with that. I did something really fun down here where I went ahead and did the currently section. However, I kind of did it with all of like my teacher stuff in mind. So that was all of my stuff from coming back from winter break. I was re-energized. I had AVID ideas, all of that good stuff. And if you're a teacher and you don't know what AVID is, I will go ahead and link it down in the description box below. The acronym stands for Advancement via Individual Determination. And just quickly, it's like a college, not a college prep program, but it really prepares students to, you know, take on the organization and the course material that they're going to need for college, as well as have some support behind them as well. So in January, this is what my monthly spread looked like. And I was really careful to not share any like student information in here so that I could share this with you, because I feel like there's not enough completed like teacher planning ideas out there, because we do have to be so very careful with student information. So all of that stuff I took out and I put on like sticky notes and stuff so I could take it out when I share it with all of you. So this is how my monthly spread looked. And basically it was just, you know, days off, days where I'm teaching, and then meetings went on here, and then scheduled phone calls with students. I also put on here any field trips that I went on, semester end and beginning dates, you know, coffee because it's necessary. And then really this was a place to house meetings and to kind of time block my time as an overview. So that's what I used this part for. So now let me go ahead and show my weekly spreads. And again, this one is like somewhat decorative, and I had another like teacher person who followed me, or who does follow me, and she asked what I think as far as like keeping my teacher planner decorative versus keeping it very like simple. And so this should be a good kind of snapshot of what I do. But again, I don't have a traditional teacher role. If you're not familiar with my role in the school, I am an advisory teacher, which I like to refer to as counselor light. So we do a lot of like course placement changes. We do a lot of like point person stuff with students, so asking questions. We do teach an elective class, but I don't have what I would consider to be a typical teacher role. So this system works really well for me, but you might want to include more pen if you're including lesson plans in here as well. This was my first week in January, and it is very bare. Very, very, very bare, because we were not yet back at school. So we returned to school the next week. And so this was really just a week of me planning and like grading papers and, you know, that kind of thing. But I could not stand to have a bare week in my planner. So I had to have something in here. So I wanted to not start this planner with having the first week be empty. So that's why I included this in here. So we've got grading papers for this class, and then the no school stickers up there. I marked the holiday, and then winter break went there, and then some to-do items that I was working on for over winter break. Okay, so then this was my next spread, and you noticed a pause in between, but I just wanted to make sure that I didn't have any student information, and I'm gonna probably check in each time. So this was my next spread. I loved it. It was a Socialite spread, and it was a lot of fun to do. It was a very busy week, but I loved including some decorative elements in here. So this is how the spread looked as a whole, and you can see I have 2 checklists that were unused, but this is my real teacher planner, and I don't like go back and fill it in or anything before I share it with you guys. So this is how I utilize my work planner, and I divide it up into 3 sections. So I divided up into advisory, high school success, and AVID. And so those are the 3 big chunks of my job. Up here, typically there will be like meetings or projects that I need to work on. In here will typically be, you know, the lessons that my students are going to be working on. So I kind of know like what's coming. And then these are anything that I have to work on for our school's AVID program. And then this week I was at an all staff meeting with all of our staff. So I wanted to make a checklist for what to bring. My laptop and my planner were the only things that I added to that list. So it was a very busy week that week. So then we'll get into the next week, and kind of blank, but this was kind of the calm before the storm. I was on the phone a lot with students. There was not very much happening with Avid, so this kind of ended up somewhat blank, but that's what happens. And then I, again, on purpose, I had a parent meeting, but I leave the student's name off of things because I like to be able to share it with you guys. And so if you are a teacher out there and you're looking to share your teacher planner or anything like that, or your lesson planner, I would highly recommend it. And if you can leave off it like sensitive information, or leave that in like sticky notes or something, or if there's a way that you can code it with student numbers, like student ID numbers or something like that, that won't be like sharing their personal private information, I would highly encourage you to do that, because again, there's not enough like teacher planners out there that really show how people are using their planners as teachers. So that's my little soapbox there. Okay, and then this was the next week, and I was just kind of gearing up for the end of the semester. We did have some staff meetings and things happening. I have a blank to-do list. Apparently I'm not very good at using the to-do lists this month, but I do hope to get a little bit better. And I think this month is also like me trying to figure out this layout and like all of that, and making sure that I grab my planner when I'm like on the phone with students, because it can get a little bit tricky to kind of balance all of that. And again, I had student appointments here, but I wanted to be able to share this with you both in plan with me's and also in, you know, kind of day to day when I'm going through stuff. So I love these sticky notes, by the way, for my role. So if you are a counselor, or if you are someone who plans appointments with people or like meetings or things, these sticky notes that are hourly are fantastic. I love them so much, and I can change them out day to day. So I might need to get another sheet of those. And then this is the current week, so it's not done yet. We're currently on Monday, so I'm trying to work my way through the week. It's a bit of a busy week, but in kind of a non-meeting type way, because our semester ends here. And then as advisors, we are going to be switching math courses for students who had failing grades in foreign language and any other electives that may need to be changed. So that is all going to be happening. So I'm going to be like digging in deep. I might be on the phone a lot with kiddos. So there might be notes and things that come in here, but I think this is kind of what the spread is going to look like. So that is how I utilize my teacher planner, and I will have a monthly spread coming up very soon. I really like to share my work planner with you guys, because I feel like it's important to share both how I plan my life and then how I plan my work as well. I will be having some social media stuff coming up, but I've just been kind of in that planner and not really planning that on camera yet. So stay tuned for all of those things coming back up. And if you are new around here, don't forget to hit the red subscribe button down below before you leave. If you are one of my current subscribers, thank you so much for all of your love and support. And if you are someone who works, feel free to leave me a comment on which planner you use to plan your work schedule. And if you are not someone who, you know, works a 9-to-5 job, let me know what your favorite planning tool is. I would love to know those things and pull that for comment of the day. So thank you so much for all of your love and support. And if you want to find me on other social sites, you can find me over on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And by the way, you guys, have fun today.